Hello students, welcome to a new lecture of organic compounds. In the last class, we were looking at the preparation reactions of alkanes. In that we have seen that alkanes can be prepared from unsaturated compounds, which is both from alkenes as well as alkynes, from alkyl halides. That also has two methods. One can be by taking 1 mole of alkyl halide, another can be by taking 2 moles of alkyl halide. If you take 1 mole of alkyl halide, the reaction was a substitution reaction. If you take 2 moles of alkyl halides, the reaction was called as Wood's reaction. What is Wood's reaction? When alkyl halide reacts with sodium in dry ether, you will get an alkane having double the number of carbon atoms. That is called as Wood's reaction. It is also very important for your exam, right? That two preparations we have seen. The next one is carboxylic acid. What is the formula of carboxylic acid? Right? In carboxylic acid, how will be the charges? CO minus and H plus, right? These carboxylic acids can react in two different methods to give you alkane. One of the method is by removing carbon dioxide, called as decarboxylation. Which carboxylic acid shall we take? We will take CH3COOH. Is it? But decarboxylation should be done from carboxylic acid. It's not possible. So for decarboxylation we should not take directly carboxylic acid, we should take its salt. What does it mean by salt? Sodium acetate is the salt of this carboxyl. Suppose if I take HCl, HCl is the acid. What is the salt of HCl? NaCl. Same way, if you remove H plus and take Na plus, this is called as sodium acetate salt. Acetic acid, carboxylic acid cannot react very easily, therefore we are taking salt of acid, carboxylic acid, which is sodium acetate. If it reacts, what happens is CH4 will form, methane will form, and carbon dioxide will be liberated. Okay, carbon dioxide will be liberated. That you have to take in the presence of lime. If you take lime as a reagent, carbon dioxide will be eliminated out, and that liberated carbon dioxide combines with calcium oxide or lime to give you CaCO3, right? So easily carbon dioxide can be lost and you will get the alkane called as methane. This type of reaction, what you are removing is decarboxylation. COO is getting removed. As I already told you in the beginning, in the types of reactions also itself, D means you are removing that thing. If I am removing carboxy, what does it mean by carboxy? COO is called as carboxy. If I am removing COO, it is called as carboxylation. How am I removing carboxy? In the form of carbon dioxide gas. Therefore, this reaction is called as decarboxylation. If I add carboxy, even that reactions also will come. Not now. In the next coming topics you may have, in which you will add carbon dioxide. If you add carbon dioxide, what will be the name of the reaction? Carboxylation. If you remove carbon dioxide, what will be the name of the reaction? Decarboxylation. Okay, you have to understand the reaction by looking at its name only, right? That is one step. Another step from carboxylic acid only is doing electrolysis of carboxylic acid, which is called as Kolb's electrolysis. What you will do there is carboxylic acids have this type of charges in the presence of water. Water is made of what? H plus and OH minus, right? From that water, H plus ions will be undergoing reduction to give hydrogen gas, and OH minus ions will be undergoing oxidation to give oxygen gas. What will happen to this CH3? CH3 will get one hydrogen to give you methane, and water is formed at reduction means cathode, and carbon dioxide oxygen gas is formed at anode. Okay, these are the reactions for preparation of alkanes, right? Now we will see the properties of alkanes, what are its types. So next type of preparation of alkanes from carboxylic acid is by doing electrolysis of carboxylic acid. Whatever may be the reaction, whether the first reaction or the second reaction, directly carboxylic acids are very poor acids. It will not dissociate easily. So here as well as here, you should not take direct carboxylic acid, you should take its salt of sodium, sodium acetate, sodium carboxylate, here also sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So I will take the same carboxylic acid here, CH3COO, O minus and Na plus. In the presence of water, what happens is electrolysis takes place. Electrolysis means what? Cations migrate towards cathode, anions migrate towards anode. From water, the cations are H plus ions. Like that, how many waters I have taken? So there will be 2 H plus ions. Same way, how many OH minus ions will be there in this water? 2 OH minus, right? This OH minus ions from water will combine with Na plus to give what? NaOH. How many Na plus are present? 2. How many OH minus are there? 2. So how many NaOH will be formed? 2 NaOH. That is electrolysis, in which cations will combine with each other. H plus and H plus combines with each other by undergoing reduction to give you hydrogen gas, right? And carbon dioxide will be liberated. Carbon dioxide will be going out. If carbon dioxide is also going out, hydrogen gas is also going out, what is left? CH3 from one carboxylic acid is left, CH3 from other carboxylic acid is left. Both of them combines to give you what? Higher alkane. If you are taking acetic acid, you are getting ethane, right? Higher alkanes you are getting by doing electrolysis of Kolb's electrolysis. It's not actually higher alkane. In the carboxylic acid, how many carbons are present? That many carbons are found in the product also, but one carbon atom is removed as carbon dioxide, and you are simply joining. Instead of CH3COOH, if I take some other carboxylic acid, say for instance I take propanoic acid, I took propanoic acid, 2 moles of water. Never take acid, you have to always take its salt. Sodium salt of propanoic acid 2 times I should take. What happens? OH from water, Na plus from acid combines to give NaOH. How many Na plus? 2. How many OH minus? 2. Right. Next, how many H plus from water? 2 water molecule means 2 H plus. That 2 H plus makes hydrogen gas. How many carbon dioxides? From one acid, 1 carbon dioxide. From another acid, another carbon dioxide. 2 carbon dioxides are eliminated out. Now what is left? This part of one acid and the same part of another acid is left. You have to simply join them. Just remove carbon dioxide and leftover part should be joined as it is. So the product is alkane having how many carbon atoms? 4 carbon atoms. So what is the name of that product? Butane. If you do Kolb's electrolysis, you will get double the number of carbons. If you do simply decarboxylation, only same carbons will be there, 1 carbon less in fact. In the acid, how many carbon atoms are present? 1 minus will be present in the product. If you have 2 carbons, as one is going out in the form of carbon dioxide, you will be left with 1. Here instead of this acids, let me take the same acid. What will be the product by this method? Which acid I have taken here? 1, 2, 3. Propanoic acid only I have taken here. So here also I will show the same reaction with sodium salt of propanoic acid. What was the reaction there? Lime. With lime the reaction was taking place in which carbon dioxide is removed. And what is the carbon dioxide is removed and what is left? This is left, and this H2O will be having H plus, which combines with this CH3 CH2. On that, if this goes out, H plus will come, which is this 1 2 same carbon atoms, 3H3 CH3. In the reactant or in the substrate, 1 2 3 carbons was there. If one is going out, leftover will be 2. The same 2 will be present in the product. This is the preparation of alkanes. Now let us come to the properties of alkanes. What will be the type of reaction in properties? How alkanes will combine with any reagent to give you any important product. That is nothing but properties, right? Chemical properties, in fact. So now we will see how many types of reactions can be possible in which alkanes will react with any reagent to give you a desired product. What is the first method of reaction of alkane? Is substitution reaction. In this reaction, let me take the simplest alkane only. If methane is undergoing substitution reaction, if you remember, in the preparation of alkanes from alkyl halides, we have done that reaction. What was that reaction? If alkyl halides react with this hydrogen gas reagent, substitution was taking place by hydrogen, and hydrogen was taking the place of chlorine to give you alkane, right? If this is the reaction you will study under preparation of alkanes, the opposite reaction you will study under properties of alkane. If alkane undergoes substitution reaction by chlorine, what happens? One chlorine will take the place of one hydrogen to give you alkyl halide. Backward reaction is the property of alkanes. Forward reaction is the preparation of alkanes, right? The reagent may change. If you want hydrogen to replace chlorine, reagent should be this. If you want chlorine to replace halogen, there is no reagent. In fact, you should use sunlight. That substitution reaction should take place in the presence of sunlight, because in the presence of sunlight, this reaction proceeds through free radical mechanism. You will get the free radicals from this chlorine. Two free radicals will be formed in the presence of sunlight. One free radical will come and take the place of hydrogen, another free radical will be as it is. So this free radical is one of the intermediate we have already seen in the last class, right? Reactive intermediate means free radicals, carbocations, carbanions. Free radical of chlorine is left just like this. Can it stay? It is highly unstable. It will not keep quiet. What it will do? It will react with next mole of methane and the chain continues. If the next mole of methane reacts, again you will get one free radical left. Again the reaction continues, and therefore the first step is called as initiation reaction. The remaining steps are called as propagation reaction, and the last step, if you don't stop, the chain will continue to grow and it is very difficult to stop. If you don't do termination of the chain, it will continue. Therefore, this mechanism takes place in the presence of light. As soon as light is present, free radicals will be going on forming. If free radicals are going on forming, free radicals are very reactive. They won't keep quiet. They will always be reacting with someone or the other. So if free radicals react, the reaction won't stop. You have to stop the reaction, and that is called as termination, right? that mechanism is taking place in the presence of sunlight, and it is called as halogenation of alkanes. Halogenation of alkanes. It is having a detailed mechanism, but it is not there for this academic year because the syllabus is a little bit different, right? So you don't have to study that complete mechanism of how free radicals are formed, how this free radical is reacting, how you will get the product, what will this do next. That detailed mechanism you don't need, but just remember that if halogen free radical is coming and taking the place of hydrogen, it is called as substitution only, but halogenation. Who is taking the place here? Halogen is taking the place. Therefore, halogen is getting added. Therefore, it is called as halogenation of alkanes. Halogenation of alkanes is taking place in the presence of sunlight. Not just chlorine, you can also add bromine gas or iodine gas also, right? But the more preferred halogen is chlorine, right? Going to the next type of property of alkane is alkanes have a very special property. Can you give me a name of any fuel in which alkanes are present? There are n number of fuels. If you take methane gas, biogas, LPG or whatever any type, compressed natural gas, liquefied petroleum gas, whatever fuel you take, or petrol, diesel, any fuel you take, all of them are having what? Alkanes only. Some fuels will have simple alkanes, some fuel will have complex alkanes, but they are having alkanes only. Why alkanes can act like a fuel? Because whenever that fuel is burnt in the presence of oxygen, here also I am taking simplest alkane, which is methane. Whenever alkanes are burnt in the presence of oxygen at high temperature, what happens? Alkanes will react with oxygen to undergo complete oxidation, and how many carbons are there in the alkane? That many carbon dioxides will be formed. Complete oxidation is taking place here. In the product, you will not see any hydrogens left. How many hydrogens was there here? 4. All the 4 will come out to give you what? Water. Where will this oxygen come? 2O2, right? If this is for methane, not just methane, even ethane also can undergo complete oxidation to give you how many carbon dioxides? 2 carbon means 2 carbon dioxides. How many hydrogens? 3 plus 3, 6 means 3 water. 3 oxygens here, 4 oxygens here. So what you should take is half of the water molecule, half of the carbon dioxide. Either this way you can take, or you can balance the oxygens in the other way also, whatever is the case. But alkanes, when combined with oxygen at high temperature, oxygen will burn the alkane completely to give you carbon dioxide, in which you are not limiting the supply of oxygen. Excess oxygen is given. Out of excess oxygen, some oxygen combines with carbon, some oxygen combines with hydrogen. If it combines with carbon, it gives carbon dioxide. If it combines with hydrogen, it gives H2O. That is called as combustion, right? In the next type of properties of alkanes, alkanes are burnt with oxygen, yes, but not completely. You are doing oxidation. What does it mean by oxidation here? Addition of oxygen. How much oxygen you are adding? Excess oxygen. Is there any limit? No. So it is called as uncontrolled oxidation, or commonly called as combustion, which we have seen very commonly as combustion of fuels in many fuels, be it compressed natural gas, liquefied petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, or any fuel has, even charcoal also has alkanes only. Maybe the alkanes can be higher alkane, but alkanes only will be present. Even charcoal also, if you burn charcoal at high temperature, even that is also getting completely burnt to give you carbon dioxide gas. Whenever you burn any fuel, what will you get? Carbon dioxide vapors. What does that indicate? All the carbon present in that fuel is getting converted into carbon dioxide in the form of gas evaporated out, right? And after combustion you will get heat energy. Why combustion is done? To give you energy, right? That's why fuels are burned to give you energy. But in this type of oxidation, you are adding oxygen but not uncontrollably. So what is the name? You are doing oxidation but at controlled rate. So it is called as controlled oxidation, limited supply. If you do limited supply of oxygen, what happens is all the hydrogens will not be coming out from the carbon, and if all the hydrogen come out, then only you will get carbon dioxide. In this case, all the hydrogens are not coming out, therefore you will get methanol, right? So this is the example of controlled oxidation. If I take ethane, it gives you ethanol. Whatever alkane you take, if you give limited supply of oxygen, that particular product only you will get, not carbon dioxide. Okay. Going to the next property of alkane is isomerization. Isomerization means if you take alkane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the name of this compound? Pentane. This is just an example. Any alkane you can take. If you take any alkane and at high temperatures, if you heat this alkane, what happens is it will undergo isomerization and the product is an isomer of the substrate. If you are taking A and doing the isomerization, the product which you get is isomer of the first compound. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-methyl butane, right? This is isomerization. I have taken pentane here, which give its isomer called as 2-methyl butane. If I take hexane, its isomer will be formed, right? Whatever, because during isomerism we have seen that isomerism should have two examples, A and B. If you take A and do the reaction, you will get B. If you take B and do the reaction, you will get A. That reaction is called as isomerization. But in this type of isomerization, reactant also is alkane, product is also alkane, right? That is isomerization. Coming to a very important reaction of aromatization. In this alkane, alkane will be undergoing aromatization. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which alkane? Not all the alkanes. N-hexane only. N-hexane undergoes aromatization to give you Cr2O5 or V2O5 is the catalyst at high temperature. At high temperature, what happens is aromatization means from each carbon you will remove 2 hydrogens. From each carbon you will remove how many hydrogens? 2 hydrogens. Because this is a straight chain, right? It is this way. This is the compound. To this compound, what you are doing? You are making it a ring and forming pi bonds. So what you will get? 6-membered ring is formed. On that 1, 2, 3, what is the name of this compound? If you are taking N-hexane and doing aromatization, you will get an aromatic compound called as benzene. This reaction is very important, so much so that aromatization is a property of alkane and aromatization is the preparation of benzene. In benzene, when you study the preparation of benzene, you will find the same reaction for preparation of benzene, and it's very commonly asked in all the previous model papers also, so it's very important. What happens here? In between these two there will be a bond, right? It should be a bond. Once the bond forms, hydrogen from this will be lost. Then in between these two, one hydrogen will be lost, one double bond comes. In between these two, one hydrogen will be lost, you will get a double bond. In between these two, one hydrogen will be lost, they will get a double bond. This is benzene. How you will get the benzene is, first a ring will be formed, after that dehydrogenation here, dehydrogenation here, dehydrogenation here, right? That is nothing but aromatization of N-hexane, okay? So now next reaction is pyrolysis. In pyrolysis, what you will do is, you will take a long chain alkane. Suppose I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alkane having 8 carbons. If you heat that alkane, you will get smaller fragments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will get smaller fragment alkanes. 6 carbons are over here. What is next? 2 more carbons are there. 2 more carbons will be giving you small molecule of unsaturation, which is ethylene plus the remaining, because at this point the lysis will take place because of heat. Lysis means breaking. Why breaking take place? High temperature. At high temperature, long chain alkanes will be broken down into a smaller fragment. That smaller fragment at the end will become double bond, and the remaining will be remaining as a saturated compound only. This is pyrolysis of alkanes, right? So all these are very important properties of alkanes, in which alkane will be reacting to give different products. Okay, in the next class we will see alkenes and its properties and preparation, same as alkanes. Thank you.